and then grab the other. And now he's going to create the swing effect using his feet to provide that momentum. And then notice that elbow bend, and when he's ready, he feels confident in creating that swing. Notice the elbow bend, and he swings to the next one. Cool, calm customer. He's making it look super easy, guys. Good afternoon, friends. Paul and Dylan here from Gravity and Oxygen Fitness, coming to you with another edition of Turf Talk Tuesday. Special one, D. Are you ready to get a little physical?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
Why are we going to get physical?
Spartan and Deka are right around the corner, so we got to get prepped.
Absolutely. Coming to South Florida this April, the infamous Spartan Race Mud Obstacle Course. And then coming in May, their newly minted Spartan Deka format, the decathlon of a little bit of gravity and oxygen for sure.
Yeah.
Right? So we're here to talk to you today about how do you get yourself prepared for either of these physical events. What do you think?
I mean, you got to know what it is first. So
That's true.
You can't prepare for anything that you don't know what you're going to get.
Very good. So let's lay the ground rules for each. So Spartan Race is essentially, when it comes to South Florida, a sprint run somewhere between 3 to 5 miles with about 20 obstacles performed outside, where you may be climbing cargo nets, climbing ropes, swinging like Tarzan or Tar's woman on rings, getting muddy, crawling under barbed wire. It's a fun race that you do to simply measure your level of physical ability, but also to do it with camaraderie with other friends and feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of those.
Yeah, not stuff that we're doing on a day-to-day basis these days in life.
Exactly, but what we do in this gym, we get you prepared for it. Now, DekaFit has 3 different aspects. They have just the 10 exercise, thus decathlon, 10 exercise gauntlet of strength and cardio movements. They have one where you run a 1/10 of a mile in between, so by the time you're done, you run a mile. They call that the Deka Mile. And then the full granddaddy of them all, coming May 15th to the Palm Beach County Convention Center, inside is the DekaFit, where you will run 500 meters between each exercise. So by the time you're done with 10 exercises, you've run 5,000 meters, or what we commonly know as a 5K. So that is the granddaddy. So you can either register for that on Saturday, May 15th, or the Deka Strong or Mile on Sunday, May 16th. So we're talking today about how do we get you prepared for either one of those. There's some commonalities and there's some differences. So let's talk about, on our wonderful behind the scenes board, let's talk about the similarities of each. What do you feel are similar?
Well, you said there's a little bit of gravity, there's a little bit of oxygen in both, but undoubtedly you're going to be running for 3 to 5 miles in a Spartan race, or
1 to 3 miles.
Yeah, 1 to 3 miles in DekaFit. So
Cardiovascular.
They're both cardiovascular, without a doubt, and they're going to ask you for a lot more than you've probably put yourself through.
Your stamina capability, your endurance capability should be a staple of anyone's overall fitness program. So both of these events certainly challenge that. Okay. We also have equipment and movements unique to each of those. So things that you wouldn't regularly see at a normal gym that you go to. You can think of it as like an adult playground. So when it comes to Spartan Race, like we mentioned, you may be climbing a rope and touching a cowbell 20 feet in the air. You might be crawling under barbed wire, feeling like you're in the military, right? We also have some kind of balance and stability. You may be chugging a bin of rocks, like a barrel of rocks.
Or a big log on your shoulders that you have to walk through.
A stone, right. So things that will certainly test your strength and your cardiovascular ability, with a lot of unique things that you wouldn't find every day at a gym, which is what makes it fun and worthwhile the experience. Now, the Deka levels deal with equipment that you might commonly see in a gym: medicine balls, row machines, right? Ski ergs. Yeah. But they also have some pieces that you don't see in your traditional gym as well, yes, like the torque tanks.
The tanks.
What else?
The ram barrels.
Ram barrels are awesome. Absolutely love those.
Start and finish with those.
Exactly. So we'll get into that explanation as well. So no doubt that we're going to stress your heart cardiovascularly, and we're going to also challenge you with some unique equipment and movements during either event. So let's talk about where can you train for Spartan Race or the DekaFit trilogy.
I mean, in general, if you can put yourself around some of the equipment, you can train anywhere. If you are going to be testing yourself cardiovascularly in either one of these events, right?
Yep.
Then running outside, but you can go to a number of different gyms that are going to be in the realm of functional fitness.
Right.
and something maybe like a CrossFit, right? Something that's working both cardiovascular and strength applications. So
Right. And also places that do cater and create programs to it and also have purchased the equipment specifically for it, very much like we have. So without further ado, let's go inside and let's show you some of these toys. We had to go inside because we needed our rafters and show you things that you might be suspending from. Okay? So Haley, if you come over here, we get better sunlight from behind you. All right? So we're going to talk first about some of the toys that you would use in the DekaFit trilogy. All right? These are called the Ram barrels. As you can see, we have an array of about 8 of them here on our walls. They go from 22 pounds all the way up to 55. And the first thing you have to do with the Ram barrel is work with lunges. All right? As I have the microphone for the show behind my back, I'm going to show you all varieties of how you might deal with these. So 30 lunges to begin. All right? Now, if you don't have a specific exact Ram barrel at home, it's okay. Go to your gym and use a barbell or take dumbbells, lay them on the shoulders, hold them by your hands, stack them, and mimic the movement that you would do in DekaFit. So we also have row machines. So as you can see right here, you're going to row 500 meters, right, during the event. If you have any kind of box step up, maybe you have it at home, maybe you have it at another gym, you can use a stairwell, some kind of low to high apparatus for going up and down. And then we also have medicine ball sit-ups. So no matter what, you need some kind of circular weighted apparatus, whether you're doing Spartan or Deka, because you might be dealing with picking up a stone and walking with it in Spartan race, but then you also might be lifting a medicine ball over your shoulder during Deka, or doing sit-ups with some kind of dynamic ball as well. All right, what do we got here in front of you, bud?
got the tank.
Okay, well, let me put a little resistance. Hold on, bud.
Okay.
There you go. Let's get like a
Seems
feel.
a little too easy.
Yeah, it seemed a little too easy. Okay. So Dylan is going to go ahead and push the tank. This is a sled, essentially, that has a resistive torque motor on it. So if Haley can zoom in, you can see you have different levels of resistance. All right? So you physically can't accelerate this tank because the motor will equal out what you are pushing. Conversely, once you pushed it about 10 meters, you now have to pull it back 10 meters. Now, 10 meters there, 10 meters back, and a push-pull is 20 meters. You have to perform 5 laps of this. Thus, you're doing 100 meters, or basically the equivalent of a football field, pushing and pulling it. So even if you don't have a fancy tank, torque tank, you can still use a sled like this. So many of you who go to functional gyms can still practice and utilize the locomotive feel, right, of a tank motion by pushing the sled. You can attach rings, TRX, and you can mimic the pulling motion of this, all right? So just because you don't have that exactly, you can still mimic the motion. You can even do partner work. You can push someone else. So Dylan's going to come right here. So even if you don't have either of these, guess what? Dylan's going to go ahead and be here. And now I'm mimicking that tank sled motion. And then we can work back and forth in that mechanics. So to get really creative and artistically, if you're lacking equipment, get outside, run. You can even do, if you don't have barrels, you can still mimic the Burpee motion and do sled push with your friends, the human sled. So you think about how you program. Run 500 meters. Do sled push back and forth with your friend. Go ahead and do 20 burpees and repeat. That's how you might be able to program for something such as Deka. All right, come with us. Let's talk about more toys we have. So here at Gravity in Action for the past week or so, we've been working with a select group of people who have signed up for our Spartan prep course, and we have a rope hanging from the ceiling. So there's no doubt one thing I've seen in every Spartan race that I've been to is the rope climb to touch the cowbell. Now some people are really advanced and like to kick the cowbell with their feet. So rope technique, a good friend of mine, Rob Thomas, big shout out to Rob over CrossFit Hype, showed me a great technique to work with pinching the rope with your feet. Most people think rope climb is going to be all hands, and for them that already makes them apprehensive for signing up, thinking, oh, I can't do that. But if you learn how to do a rope pinch, then what you're doing now is creating a rope technique. You come up, you pinch with your feet, come up, and now you tap. All right? Just like that. So if you're touching a rope 20 feet in the air, by learning that latter aspect of using your feet, you'll find that 60% of the exercise is actually using your legs, and that way you get to conserve your hands and conserve that upper body strength where some people feel they don't have it. Let's come over here to the rings. Haley, let's come over here from behind too as well.
Can I do the rings?
Of course you can, sir. Oh, you're the ace of the rings. So another thing that you will absolutely see in Spartan Race is a ring traverse, the Tarzan rings. You're starting on a ledge, and about 30 feet away is the other ledge, and you have to traverse getting from point A to point B without falling over or dropping to the ground. For any obstacle in the Spartan race you cannot complete, 30 burpees. So if there's 20 obstacles and you miss 5 of them, you had to complete 150 burpees total with your run as well. Not as exciting when you're actually in the mix of it, because it can get muddy, dirty, and just add to your fatigue for your run. So Dylan here is going to show you, as we try to replicate a really cool ring traverse, all right? So he's going to go ahead and grab onto one, and then grab the other. And now he's going to create the swing effect using his feet to provide that momentum. And then notice that elbow bend, and when he's ready, he feels confident in creating that swing. Notice the elbow bend, and he swings to the next one. Cool, calm customer. He's making it look super easy, guys, not so easy. And once you make it to the other side successfully, no burpees for you. Congratulations. Run on to the next obstacle, right? Hopefully you don't mess that one up.
Yeah.
So these are some of the ways to prep for both the Spartan race and DekaFit. If you guys have any questions, there's still plenty of time. There's 3 weeks before Spartan race begins. And then the Deka course is May 15th, 16th here in Palm Beach County indoors, thank goodness. So with that, we can help you guys out. If you have any questions, reach us at gravityandaction.com. You can email us at info@gravityandaction.com. Find our phone number on our Google search. And also, we're going to put the link below to register. If you want to register for Spartan Race or any of the DekaFit lengths, the Strong, Mile, or the Full Fit. And we have a special code, Gravity20. If you put in Gravity20 in your promo code, you will get 20% off the DekaFit weekend up there in Palm Beach in May. So any last words, buddy?
Gravity 20. Do it up.
Gravity 20. We encourage you guys to get them comfortable, find out what you're made of from a fitness standpoint, get your mark, and if you're not happy with it, train for it, and then improve that, because I'm pretty confident that if you train, you're probably going to better your first score.
Yes.
So we always encourage you guys to push and press your limits to your fitness. The only way to find out is if you go to those links.
Gotta do it.
Absolutely. As forever and always, the good energy always wins here at the Go House. On behalf of everyone here at the team, we appreciate you guys. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you next week with our good friend AJ Landano, where we talk about our event here, Elevate, Flow, and Go, also coming in May. We'll see you soon.